Imagine bringing together 10 mentally ill people, throwing them all on a battlefield, and letting them fight it out to see who is the fucking stupidest. That's basically what League of Legends is. It may come off to you as a 5v5 type of game, but it's really not, well, at least in the solo queue. Competitively, yeah, the game's actually pretty great. But in single player, I call it single player because you're fighting against not only 5 enemies, but you also have to look for the 4 other cyborgs on your team who are trying to sabotage you. Despite the game being the way that it is, the company who owns it, Riot Games, actually did something that was pretty fucking cool. If you know the company Riot Games or know of them, you know they just like any other big ass company. They greedy as shit. They want to put their hands in every type of project that they can get into. They have music with KDA and Kali. They have my boy Echo spitting them fire ass bars. They have different games dominating in different genres. Like, they don't only have the whole MOBA space with League of Legends, they also got into shooters with Valorant, which turned out to be a very successful game on its own. And now they've come to take over the anime space with their new animated series, Arcane.
I hear the rappers, they say, nigga, it's in all the music. Look, look, look.
When I found out that Riot was making an animated series, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna check this shit out, cause you know, they got great animation, so if anything, who cares about the story? I'll get to see something that looks fucking nice. That's why I was surprised when the story turned out to be actually really good. At first, seeing that it was gonna be about Jinx and Vi, as someone who played League of Legends, it didn't sound too good, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think they'd be the most interesting champions to make a story about. Like, give me some cool ass champions, like give me Draven, give me Yasuo, give me Set. God damn, I was completely fucking wrong. Vi, unexpectedly to me, turned out to be a phenomenal character. The way she interacts with others and plays the key role as the leader in their group was just great. I was so immersed in the story that I just went through these 3 40-minute episodes back to back to back. We start our story with a bit of a disaster when the enforcers of Piltover come to Vi and Powder's home and essentially destroy and set on fire everything in their path. Luckily enough, they were able to make it out and escape with the help of Vander, who later on becomes what is known as pretty much the king of the underground of Zwan. Zwan is the Undercity district of Piltover, and it's a pretty rough land. It's hard to survive, everybody there is poor, and it's riddled with theft and crime. Not the ideal place for a child to grow up, but this is where our protagonist and her friends are currently living. We follow the story of Vi and her gang, consisting of Powder, Milo, and Clagger, going on a heist to rob somebody's house in Topside, where they feel won't do any damage because, hey, they're already living lavish and rich up there, so they don't need all this stuff. They got this tip from Little Man, or Echo,
She showed me a couple of moves to practice. Look!
to go and ransack the place. He said they got valuable shit, so they're like, oh, let's go get this loot. Unfortunately for them, while they are robbing the place, somebody comes and tries to open the door. In a hurry to get out, Powder accidentally drops one of these stones, which causes a massive explosion, which ends up being the beginning of a series of unfortunate events. On the other side of things, in Piltover, we follow the story of Jace. Even though Jace doesn't live in the same conditions as Vi and Powder, he still has a rough life. The story is able to showcase that it's still a struggle, even if you have most things that you need in life. He's just surviving in a different way. I don't want to spoil too much of the show, so you should just watch it. But I basically just want to talk about how Riot Games was actually able to create something pretty fucking special here. The show was pretty much a goddamn roller coaster of emotions. Parts of it were happy, but it could definitely get pretty dark and fucked at points. Overall, it's only been 3 goddamn episodes, but shit, I can even call it here. Riot's pretty much done it. They made a hit, show of the season, whatever you want to call it. But if they keep going at this pace, it's on its way to be a goddamn masterpiece.